This is Shall We Stamp, and I'm Dawn DuVal, and today we're going to be making this Watercolor Wings card. And our base card is going to be Mint Macaron, which is one of the new 2015-17 in colors. Along with that, we're going to use Wisteria Wonder, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then we've got Blackberry Bliss right here, which is cut at 2 1/2 by 3 1/4, and then the Whisper White is 2 1/4 by 3, and I'll have these measurements listed at the end of the video. And then we're going to use the Watercolor Wings Stamp set for the words as well, and also the lovely new 1-inch dotted lace trim, and this is in Cucumber Crush. And then in addition to that, we're going to use the new Flutter embossing folder, which is now a little bit larger size. And one thing to keep in mind, in this case it really isn't going to make a difference with our cardstock because we're going to take it and lay it, but if you're going to use this as part of a card base, then you want to make sure that you've got your butterflies going in the right direction. So if you see in the picture of the front of the folder, they'll go that way, but if you put your folder in this way with your paper, then they'll go the opposite way. So just make sure you line up your paper according to what you're trying to do so that your butterflies are flying in the right direction. Alright, so I went ahead and ran the Wisteria Wonder through the Big Shot to save some time, and I've went ahead and applied the Cucumber Crush dotted lace ribbon. So now we're going to work on the butterfly. So we're going to take a scrap, and also the butterfly framelits fit this card as well. We've got 2 of the larger butterflies, the real intricate ones, and then we're going to use this one here, which fits perfectly with our stamp. And this stamp set is a 3-step, which is what we're going to be doing today. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our body, the base body of our butterfly, and we're going to stamp it in Mint Macaron. So we're going to stamp that down. Always make sure you clean off your inks when you get done. These are photopolymer. They do stain a little bit, which they don't affect the operation of your stamp, if you will, but just make sure you clean them so nothing stays on them for any length of time. Then the next step we're going to use a different portion of the stamp, and we're going to do that in the Blackberry Bliss. And you'll see that once you get your stamp on here, you'll see how it lines up to get the colors in the right area. So we're going to go ahead and press that down there. Alright, so you can see our butterfly coming together. Now we're going to use the smaller butterfly, and again we're going to do that in the Blackberry Bliss so we can get the body of him together. And I've got a stamp on top, but we're going to go ahead and press that down here. So you can see we've got our body almost completed, and then the last thing that we need to do is add our, whoopsie, I just dropped it, but we're going to cut that out, so that's okay. We're going to put his little body, and if I get his head going in the right direction, let's see, I think the body is going to be, let me see here. Okay, we're going to stamp this way, and then we're going to put this through the Big Shot. Okay, now we've got that on there, and we're going to run this through the Big Shot with the framelit, and you'll use your magnetic plate, you're going to make your sandwich plate, then your cardstock and your framelit and your cardstock, and run it through. And then when you get done, which I've already done this to save time, we have our butterfly already cut out. So the next step we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and stamp Just For You in Blackberry Bliss. And the one thing, before you adhere your paper, I always recommend that you stamp, because if you make a mistake or an opportunity of what we call it in stamping, then you flip your paper over and you're able to stamp it a second time. So we're going to go ahead and stamp Just For You on here. Okay, and now we're going to adhere our butterfly, and we're going to put a dimensional on the back of the butterfly because we want him to stand up just a little bit. Let me get him on here, and we're just going to pop him right down, kind of put him at an angle. Now we need to make sure we've got his little antennas, so we're going to, let me find his antennas. Where's his antenna? Oh, here he is. These little photopolymer stamps are rather clear, so you got to be careful. Sometimes you lose it and you can't see where your items are. And we're going to stamp that in the Blackberry Bliss. So I've got it right here, and I'm just going to stamp it on the cardstock right where the butterfly is, so it looks like he's got his antennas. Alright, now we're going to, I hand drew this using the Mint Macaron, use the fine tip marker. I'm just going to take it, I just free drew it, so I just took and just made a little line going down, and then I came up and just made a little loop-de-doopy heart and came in like that, just to add something, a little extra to it. Alright, so we're going to attach this now to our Blackberry Bliss piece of cardstock, and we're using our snail adhesive. So we're going to pop that right on there. Let me get it straight so I can... You'll have a little bit of a border around the edges once you place it down, so we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, so we are ready to go. Now you can pop this up if you would choose. I think I'm going to lay mine flat. It just depends on what you're trying to achieve on the color on your card. Really what kind of look what you want to achieve by your card. I'm going to tighten up my lace just a little bit because I think it's a little bit too loose. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and attach this using our snail. And again, you could use dimensionals if you like to give it a little bit more dimension and pop it up off the card. I'm going to use snail and just give it a different look. We're going to apply that, and this is a really quick, easy card. Okay, there you go. We're all done. Pretty quick and easy. Makes a beautiful card. You put an inside piece of Whisper White. I usually apply 3 3/4 by 5, and then you can stamp or write your sentiment on the inside. So if you need any information or supplies to make this card, visit my website at shallwestamp.com. And if you have any questions, please email me at dawn@shallwestamp.com. I look forward to seeing you soon.